So your accountant increased their prices. What the hey, accountant? Just put the numbers in there. Hey, it's been a couple of years for everybody, but it's been challenging for accountants too. So here are 9 reasons your accountant increased their fees this year. 1, changing legislation. Let's get in the old Wayback Machine. Remember Trump's tax bill? Back at the end of 2017, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, it was a massive overhaul to the federal tax code, largest change to the tax code in decades. By some estimates, it increased the time to prepare a return by 30%. But that'll just be a 1-year thing, right? The 2019 tax season was rough. We took our lumps, probably didn't charge what we should because we didn't want to price gouge what we thought would just be a 1-year speed bump until the spring of 2020 rolled around and COVID. Enter the CARES Act. Smack in the middle of tax season. PPP madness, another COVID relief bill later in the year that we're still getting regulations for. It was a lot. And you know what's just around the corner? Another massive tax bill. So what tax was a few years ago, it is not now. It's different. If you staffed your firm for 100 clients of work a few years ago, the volume of work those same 100 clients require is vastly more than it used to be. Did you get a notice from the IRS this year? So did everyone else. And that's a bummer. But the bigger bummer is that for the past couple of years, the IRS has been sitting on literal tractor trailers full of unopened mail. In most cases, taking more than 12 months to open that letter that you sent them. So get a notice in the mail about an adjustment to your return? I hope the IRS was right, because in the 12 months it's gonna take for them to open your response, they're gonna have sent you 5 more notices and be threatening to levy your bank account, simply because they haven't opened the response you sent them. What can you do? Well, if you call the IRS, good luck getting through. So what does it all mean? Well, it means there's a good chance your accountant's gonna have to waste a ton of time trying to resolve tax issues that are oftentimes erroneous to begin with. The stimulus payments, those were a mess. Many people never got them, but the IRS says you did. Payments made to the IRS online by spouses weren't applied to your joint married tax account. It's been a mess, and the backlog is still sitting at close to a year. And it ends up being a lot of time and effort for your accountant. Now, the real unfortunate thing, all this change, the complex COVID legislation that got pinned on accountants to figure out, it's driven a lot of people out of the profession, and for good reason. It's not fun. The profession was already seeing a steep decline in new accountants because, let's be honest, it isn't exactly being a YouTuber. But between the Tax Cut and Jobs Act in 2019 and the COVID relief in 2020, many of our colleagues have moved on to better things. The result is, honestly, as is the case for pretty much everyone right now, you can't hire. Accounts are few and far between, so the combination of each client now being more work, our services being in high demand due to the volume of tax legislation, and the time-consuming nature of literally anything relating to the IRS, we just can't do it all. I don't know if you've noticed this, everyone's getting in on the Tax Act. Local taxes are springing up left and right on payroll, on high wealth individuals, and it means more reporting, more deadlines to manage, more time that's going into each client's tax situation. Are you picking up on a trend here? The trend here is that your work is more work than it used to be. We didn't make the rules. We don't like taxes. You think you don't like taxes. Even the IRS is becoming the go-to hub for all things political. The advanced child tax credits, all processed by the IRS. And yet another thing that will have to be reconciled correctly on your tax return, otherwise you're gonna get a notice. Everywhere you look, right or wrong, the tax system has become the solution. Somewhere in the madness that has been the past 3 years, accountants kept improving their systems. The client experience today needs to be different than what it used to be. It's becoming digital. You don't want to keep pushing papers when you run your small business from your phone, and our profession has to adapt to that. The result is investing in that client experience, ensuring we can make the process as simple as it can be for you. That investment takes time and money and means pumping more money into software than we used to. In spite of all this, many small businesses are growing by leaps and bounds. Industries like e-commerce and direct-to-consumer have exploded, and when your business grows, you need more help. Your needs will never be stationary, and it's your accountant's job to adapt to fill the gaps when they arise. You'll note we're picking up the same trend here. So you keep growing. Tax legislation there's a lot of growth. Nothing is getting smaller, it is all getting bigger. So if you're crushing it, if your business hasn't skipped a beat, your price is gonna go up because your needs are growing with your business. Have you heard? You've heard. Cola is pushing 6%. People are paying 20 grand above MSRP for cars. Billionaires are launching internet money into space. And in the past, where a minimum like 2-3% increase was necessary just to keep from going backwards, this year that same floor minimum increase, closer to 6%. Yep, still going up. Now this may not be the case for you, it might be the case for you. Part of that increase, it might be what we call in the biz, the stupid tax. This isn't always the case, it might be the case. Your fee should have gone way up even if you weren't stupid. But if you are a pain in the butt, you better believe it's costing you money. Now, your accountant that just survived the last 3 years, they're a different person than they were before that. They're growing, they're getting better. And the value they can deliver to you is more than ever before. That star employee that crushed it the last 3 years and got your business through those challenging times, they're making more money because they're an irreplaceable part of your team. Your accountant is not static. They're growing with you, getting better every year. So when you see that price increase from your accountant, you know what it means? It means you've engaged someone who values themselves, who made the hard decision to be selective about who they're gonna work with going forward because they can't help everyone. The easy thing to do is to not ruffle any feathers, to keep things as is, but you can't do it all. You can either do a bad job for everyone or a great job for the people who most value what you do. And which of those two people do you want to be your advisor? The one who's willing to do the hard thing, who values what they do and prices it accordingly, or the one who couldn't? You're gonna pay more, but surrounding yourself with those people in the end, it's only gonna make you better. There's a high chair being scooched above me. Oh, I ate the last banana this morning. It's been a mess, and the backlog. Teleprompter, please. Oh, do we have any bananas left? You appreciate Pete for watching this shit? Oh. Out of bananas.